for the Power Chat series with Haley Bulletproof Glass. How are you doing, Haley?
Doing pretty good. How you doing?
I'm great. I see you're wearing your Gators, your Florida Gators jacket. So
Yeah.
you're at college right now. That's correct.
Yes, I am. It's final season. Trying to get through it, but we're
So
getting
you have been busy juggling tournaments and school. We have you on here for the Ocean State Grand Nationals post show where you won. Well, why don't you tell everybody what you won?
So divisional wise, I won six first places, and I got a second in a drop. And then I won the women's CMX weapons overalls as well as the women's superform/weapons division.
Okay. Now, that's a pretty clean sweep.
Yeah.
Six, a drop, which for anyone who's unfamiliar with NASCAR rules, if you drop, you're disqualified. You can't get a place. And then 1 second. You have been dominating this season. It's your first season in the. Is this correct? Your first season in the women's division or the second?
It's the first full season. I started, halfway last year, post COVID, but my first start to finish season that I will be in the adults.
Yeah, and you have found a lot of success. Now, tell me a little bit more about the finals and how that went for you on stage at Ocean State.
So Ocean States went really well. Typically I do 1 to 2 on stage. So I'll do like a CMX weapons or like weapons division in general, and then I'll do forms. But since they had that special division at this tournament, super form/weapons, I was on 3 times. So it's it was a longer night for me because I had my divisions kind of spread out. So I'd have to like warm up, go compete, kind of chill out, cool down a bit, and then like repeat the process. And anyone who competes knows that like warming up and cooling down and then having to warm up again is quite exhausting, especially after a full weekend of competition. So I did really well. I came out my first division with weapons. So I killed the form. I won the division. I got to chill a bit. Then I went for my CMX forms overalls, and that one I messed up. Like my legs gave out after I landed a trick pass, and so I stumbled really bad. It was quite frustrating. So like I went into that division, I finished it, and I'm like, oh man, like I really wanted to win it, but I messed up. So then I came back, warmed up again, and then went and did the super forms to finish out the night. And I was frustrated from the division before, so I kind of let it all out in that one. But I had a great time.
Can you tell everybody, describe what super form/weapons is?
Right. So a lot of people, when they hear super forms, think about the wheel at Mr. G's tournament. But at Ocean States, super form/weapons was a division where you could literally run any form. So it could be traditional, it could be a Japanese style form, a wushu form. Like it didn't matter what you wanted to do. They combined all forms of the weapons together. So they ran the division on the Friday, and they took the top 2 to stage. So we ran a division. Sammy and I made top 2. We both ran a CMX forms, and then they brought us to stage, and that's where we competed. So really, it's an all-inclusive forms division as well as weapons. Like anything goes, pretty much.
Now, tell me about your decision to throw CMX forms for that division. Was it game time decision? Did you already plan doing that form? And then, competing against, there's a lot of hypotheticals, like what maybe Sammy was going to do. And how did you make that decision? What was going through your mind?
So coming into this tournament, I made some modifications and changes to my CMX forms. So I was really training it hard. I had a new song for it. So there was just a lot of adjustments that I was excited for. And because of those adjustments, I trained it more than usual. So going into it, I was super amped up. I had a little bit of upgrades in there. I felt like I cleaned it up. So I really wanted to throw that one because I felt like it was a lot more solid than it has been the past 2 tournaments so far this season. So I was excited about that. And I mean, I didn't run the risk of dropping a weapon, which always helps because I don't have to like think about that in the back of my head. But mainly just all the upgrades. I just wanted to throw it out there, kind of let everybody see it.
That's great. And now you and Sammy battle it out, you duke it out, but now you're also teammates. Tell me, this is a lot to cover on this live, but you're on JPM. They made a bunch of new additions to the team. Talk about the team and how that's going.
It was this weekend was really special. I think for most of us on the team. Um, when I got on, you know, Paul Mitchell is a team, of course, but there was only 3 to 4 active members, so just it was kind of individualized. Like we all did our thing, which was great, but that team feeling, just because there was such a small number of us, like it was hard to get that. And then Sammy got hurt, so then that was one less person at these tournaments. But this weekend we had our full roster. Everybody on the team was there. We were all competing. We had 6 new members competing with us, so it was just a great time because we did the team things. Like we went out to lunch or dinner almost every day. We would kind of warm up together. I think Thursday night we all hung out like in the tournament area and just kind of talked and stuff. So it was a great bonding experience. And I had a few people tell me this weekend, they're like, Haley, I mean, like it's not a bad thing, but you look extra excited and happy to be here. And I really was, because just getting to represent the same team as, some of like my best friends and just former competitors and people you see on the circuit, kind of just representing the same name was really cool, and having all that support was nice.
It can be really difficult when you only have a couple active members or the team itself is small. I remember G-Force, when it was G-Force and Straight Up, there was only 4 or 5 people. So
Right.
it just felt very small. And now you have a whole team behind you, both behind your back and around the ring.
Exactly.
Were you able to find any time during this tournament? I know you do 8 different divisions. To watch your teammates?
Yeah, it was tough, but I think we were all able to watch a few of like each other's divisions. Um, we had a few team members start earlier on Friday, so I got to like sit around and watch them before I competed, which was really nice. We had our team sync divisions, and Alex's fighting divisions were kind of earlier in the day on Friday, so I got to watch them. And then for runoffs and stuff, since typically adults don't have to run off, I got to watch some of the 17 and under. I got to watch Esteban. I watched Ben's divisions, so I definitely got to see them. And then of course on stage, it was easier because it was just one thing going on at a time. So
Mm-hmm.
I found the time for sure.
So speaking of finding the time, you are on campus, you're a full-time student, you're pre-med or the pre-health track, and also competing. How do you do it?
It's I asked myself the same question. It's tough, and it's kind of biting me in the butt right now. I got like my finals, and just a lot of tests are starting to pile up, and I'm finding the time to try to study for them as best as I can. Uh, it hasn't been easy. You go to these tournaments sometimes, and you're like, oh, I'll get work done. It doesn't happen. So I don't get as much studying as I need to get done while I'm there. But when I come back post tournaments, I'm always at the library. Like right now, I'm kind of taking a break in between my studying for finals. And even at the tournament, although I really didn't want to before I competed, I got some homework in. I had my coach ask me, because she saw me on my computer. She was like, "Were you just submitting an assignment?" And I'm like, "Yes, I was. I mean, it has to get done." Um, I love both, pursuing my ideal career path and competing. So trying to just make the sacrifices, lose a little bit of sleep, wake up extra early, stay up later to study, do whatever it takes to make it happen. Because I mean, it's my goals, right? So I'm trying my best, and I think I'm doing a pretty good job of it right now.
Yeah, and the success is definitely being seen and appreciated on the mat as well. Now, uh, in terms of training, you said you made adjustments, you made upgrades. How do you find the physical space to do that while living on campus? And tell me a little bit about your routine for training.
Sometimes it's hard, because I don't have like a matted space to go to. Maybe once a week, I'm able to train at karate school, which compared to back home, being that 5, 6 days a week, I'm able to train on mats. It's definitely making it harder because I have to really adjust my routine to make the best use of my time while I'm there and figure out what needs the most work on the mats to train it. I was able to secure a matted space within our rec center. I emailed some people and was able to just kind of tell them about what I do and send them some videos and ask them if I could use their space twice a week. So I was able to secure that about halfway through the semester, which was really helpful because it's quite a big space. There's no mirrors or anything, which as a forms competitor kind of sucked, but it worked. And then, 3 days a week I have on mats. The other kind of 3 days I'm training was more conditioning based or cardio based just to work on that. But definitely a lot harder and a lot more strategy that needs to just make sure that, like I said, I'm best using my time and my space.
That's a game changer. Finding a matted space on campus. I know here at Duke we have the wrestling team, and that's the matted space that we have. We don't have a gymnastics team. At your school, what is this coveted matted space?
So we have a few clubs that use mats. So we have a kickboxing club, we have a taekwondo club, like a traditional taekwondo, and like a wrestling club sport. And so they all use this one room that we have. So I messaged them. I'm like, I know I'm not an organization, but can I use it? And it was like a process, but we made it happen. I've myself and another kind of karate school member that I grew up with. We use this space twice a week, and we try to see if we can get the like spring floor that our gymnastics team uses. That one was a stretch, but the matted space is good enough.
Okay, that's great. That's great. That they're able to accommodate you,
Yeah.
and that you were able to find and get that space, secure it, because that's one of the big physical challenges of keeping up with martial arts. And I myself can relate to trying to find spaces like that on campus. Now, you said you're taking a break from studying, so you have finals coming up, but then you have the rest of the season for the NASCA tour. What's your next competition?
My next NASTA competition will be Battle of Atlanta.
Okay, and so I heard from a little birdie chirping in my ear that you might start fighting. Was that a rumor? Can you confirm or deny it?
That's definitely. I'm more than likely gonna do it. I'm getting the itch again. I fought until 2019. I
Mhm.
tore a ligament in my shoulder while fighting in Quebec Open, and that kind of put me out for a while. And then COVID happened, and now we're back. And I'm getting the itch. I'm seeing the women's fighting. It's stacked. I have one of my best friends who's making her way throughout the fighting divisions and training real hard. And I want to do it again. So I'm thinking, yeah, we're gonna see what happens.
That's something that all the viewers should be super excited to watch, because I remember watching you fighting in your green gear, because at the time you were
Yeah,
on Infinity. We were switching, or we were divided between short and tall. But that's going to be really exciting to watch you. You're quick, you're speedy as a fighter, your hands are good. So
yeah,
just
it
getting
is.
back on that.
And many people like don't know that I fight because I mean they didn't see. I feel like uh, the youth fighting divisions are not really broadcasted
Mhm.
like the adult divisions are. So a lot of people have no clue that I fight. So it'll be cool, kind of going out there and doing my best, and seeing how well I'm able to hold myself up against these women, these sumo fighters, with people kind of seeing me fight for the first time. That'll be exciting.
And I mean, you have a great role model, Hakeem Walker, your
Yeah.
stepdad, is an
He's
amazing
excited
fighter.
about it for sure. As soon as I told him, he's like, all right, we got to start training. Get you in. Like, we're going to make it happen. This is what we're going to do. I have a plan. And I'm like, all right, let's do it. I'm excited.
That's great. Now, my last question for you is someone you love very much, your little sister. In a few years, time is going to fly,
Yeah,
and she might be ready to step on the mat. Is that something that you hope to pass down to her, or you envision?
for sure. I really hope she wants to do it. She's in gymnastics right now, and she's learning to hold herself up on the low bars, and she's trying to do somersaults and rolls and stuff. So she's already getting started with that, and she's always grabbing my kamas or grabbing our gloves. and trying to hit the bag. So I definitely foresee her soon, hopefully, starting to try to get into it. And I'd love to coach her up and make her even better than I am. Maybe even do a team sync. That'd be crazy.
That would, especially because someone commented saying you're such a great role model, that it would be amazing to just pass down all the knowledge that you have to your very own sister.
Oh yeah, I think I really hope she gets into it. I think she will. I'd love to just share everything with her and help her be quite the beast.
Yeah, I'm sure. Okay, well, Haley, thank you so much for coming on the Power Chat series today, taking time out of your busy day.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
And for everyone watching, thank you for watching the Power Chat series with Haley Glass and for the Ocean State Grand Nationals post show. I hope you have a wonderful day.